Hey guys, Kieran here. Today we're going to have a look at how to simply calculate lot sizes in MT4. Before we get started, let me of course mention my TraderSeed program. If you want to get a funded trading account, go to traderseed.io or click the link in the description and we can start working together. So lot sizes in MT4. This is one of the questions I get asked all the time. My TraderSeed program the accounts run on MT4. MT4 is a very good tool in terms of flexibility and customization. However, it lacks some very basic functionality which you will find in other platforms. And the main thing I feel that it lacks is a good way to position size based on your risk. So to do this, we are going to have to download an external tool, a third-party tool. So I'm going to show you that tool. We're going to download it, we're going to install it, and I'm going to show you how it works. It's very simple to do. So let's get started. So what we're going to do is go to this website here, Earn Forex. Now this indicator has nothing to do with me. I haven't got an affiliate link or anything, so I'm just going to put this link in the description below this video. So this is the position size calculator. You can read through all the functionality of this yourself. It's extremely flexible. There's loads of different things it can do, which go way beyond the scope of this video. Today I just want to keep it simple to get people up and running with basic position sizing. I'm going to show you one cool thing at the end, how to position size based on ATR, but I want to keep it nice and simple. So all we're going to do is going to go to this link, and we're going to scroll all the way down to the download section. Which is here, coming up. Here it is. So downloads, you can download it for MT4 and MT5. We're going to download it for MT4. So it's downloaded down here. We're going to click it, and here's our folder. Click inside our folder, and there will be 3 files here. Okay, so all we're going to do to install this is we're going to copy all 3 files. We're going to go into our MT4. We're going to go to File, Open Data Folder, then into MQL4, then into Indicators, and we're just going to paste the files here. Okay, so these are the 3 files that I just pasted, and we are going to need to compile this file here. So this one, that's MQL source file. To compile, all we're going to do is double click on this. It's going to open up the code. Okay, so it's opened up the code here. All we need to do to compile it is just click the compile button up here. Make sure there's no errors, so 0 errors, 0 warnings, so that's all, and we're good to go. So we can just close this. Close this, and all we're going to do is just right click on indicators and hit refresh. And the indicator, if we expand this now, the position size calculator should show up here. Here it is. So we're going to do right click, attach to chart. What we'll do initially, there's lots of different options here you can play around with, but just to keep it simple, we're just going to keep everything default and click OK. So now you can see that we have this interface here, which is similar to what you would find on other trading platforms. And we also have additional lines here where we can set the stop loss and take profit just by dragging the lines around here. So for example, now we are on dollar yen on the daily time frame. Let's say that we wanted to take a short trade on dollar yen. So we would say entry short. So it's showing us the current price here is 105.600. Let's say we wanted to make our stop loss at 106. Okay, we put that in there. And let's say we want to risk $1,000 on this trade. $1,000 in here, in risk USD. And as soon as I enter this, you're going to see the position size in lots change. So for $1,000, our lot size is going to be 1.96 lots. Okay. So we can also position size based on risk. Let's say we want to have exactly the same position short the dollar yen. And we want to risk, let's say, 5%. The stop loss has moved here. Let's do 1.106.000. The risk we want to say, let's say 5%. It's 5. And that the lot size to risk 5% of our account, which is $2,500, will be 6.84 lots. So I hope that's pretty simple. Let's do a long example. So to switch this to long, you want to go long the dollar yen with a stop loss at, let's say, 105. We want to risk 500 on this trade. So if our stop loss gets hit at 105, we're going to lose $500. So to do that, we're going to need a 0.86 lot size. Okay. So like I said before, we can position size based upon the stop loss by just dragging this. So if this is a long trade like we have, let's say we want to have a wide stop loss down here at 103 around here. We're going to let go of that here. See, 103.060. And this has now populated our stop loss as 103.060. We're going to risk 500, and it's given our position size as 0.2 lots. And that's basically it. That's how simple it is to use. One other cool thing I want to show you though before I go is how to calculate position size based on the ATR of the time frame that you are interested in. So what we're going to do to go back into the settings of this indicator, we're going to right click, we're going to go on to position size calculator, edit, and we're going to be back into the tool. So we're going to ignore all of these. You can play around with these as much as you want, but I'm going to ignore them. And all I'm going to do is check the show ATR options. I'm going to change that to true. I'm going to hit OK. And you now see that we have some additional options here. ATR period, stop loss multiplier, ATR multiplier, ATR time frame. So what this allows us to do is set our stop loss, not based just arbitrarily where we feel like we want to place a stop loss. This is going to always give us a stop loss at the ATR of the selected time frame. So if you're not familiar with ATR, ATR is the average true range. This is just a very simple, let's say, volatility calculation, which looks at, so we have the ATR here set to 14. So what this is going to do is look at the 14 previous candles on this time frame, and it's going to measure from the high and the low of each of those 14 candles and give us an average. So we know over the last 14 periods, this is how much a candle tends to move. And based on that information, that gives us a broad idea of the current volatility in the market, and we can set our stop loss based upon that, which is an excellent way to position size, particularly when you're trading multiple markets, because every market will have a different volatility. And this is a way to consistently size your positions across multiple markets. Something I highly recommend. So the ATR will change depending on what time frame we use. So in the tool here, like I said before, we're currently on the daily time frame, and you can see here the ATR time frame is currently at daily level. So we'll leave it like this initially. So we have the ATR period set to 14, which you can just leave as default. And what we're going to do is we're going to say the stop loss multiplier we're going to set as 1. So what this is going to do is give us a 1 ATR stop based on the daily time frame. So what we're saying here is the ATR on the daily time frame is 0.601. So all this is going to do is it's going to look at our position, look at our entry, and it's going to put our, this is a long entry, it's going to put a stop loss 0.601 away from our entry. So you can see here 601, the green line here, this is where it's placed our stop loss. 601 pips, it's just moving because the market price is moving here, away from our entry as our ATR. Now let's say we wanted to have a wider stop loss, we could use a weekly ATR for example, and all we need to do to change that is click on the ATR time frame, change the time frame from daily, click on it, and now you've got a weekly time frame, and now the ATR is 1385 pips, much bigger. We can change it to a monthly, and it's down here now, 3,369 pips. So this is now a very wide stop loss. But the key is automatically changing the ATR based upon which time frame we select. And of course, this works with the position size. So let's say we wanted to have a stop loss at the monthly ATR, and we wanted to risk, let's say, $1,000. Our lot size is going to be 0.3 lots. So let's say we wanted to, instead of using one ATR, we wanted to use 2 ATR. We could switch this stop loss multiplier to 2. And let's change the ATR time frame to maybe the hourly chart, or let's say the 4-hourly chart. So H4 is a 4-hourly chart. So now we're using a stop loss placed at the 4-hour ATR times 2. That's automatically placed at 640 pips away. We're going to be risking 1,000 USD, so our lot size is 1.63. So I hope that makes sense. Using the ATR as a stop loss, like I said before, is an excellent thing to do. However, you don't need to do it. So if you just want to calculate lot size, very basically, just leave all the settings at default, and you can use the position size to calculate exactly how I demonstrated there. So I hope that's been useful. I hope you make good use of the position size calculator. I find it very useful myself. If you have any questions, leave me a comment below. Make sure you check out traderseed.io. Click the link in the description for huge discounts on FTMO funding. Come and get a funded account and work alongside me. Subscribe to the channel. I have plenty of videos about FTMO and funded trader programs. Like the video, and in the meantime, I wish you good luck.